Right, hello there. Welcome to my Let's Learn the Track series on iRacing. This season, we're going to be covering the BMW 12.0 series, which is kindly sponsored by simrigs.com. So please check out their website in the video description. Now, videos will be published weekly to coincide with the track changeover, and the intention of this series is to help you gain back that lost time. So this isn't a place for hot laps, this is a slow, methodical approach to learn the track, showing you my braking markers and my reference points. And as always, please let me know in the comments if this helps and you've managed to gain any time. Thanks for watching. Right, hello folks, welcome to Summit Point for week 1. Season 2 2020 in the BMW 12.0 series. We're using the baseline setup, obviously. We are using iRacing default weather, but iRacing dynamic sky to match the official series. I'll put the weather on screen now so you can see what it is. Usual Let's Learn the Track stuff applies. We're going to be doing a couple of slow laps. I'll show you my braking markers and reference points. Then we'll slowly pick up the pace and show you those braking markers and reference points in action. We'll simulate pit exit and pit entry. Bear in mind, this season the BMW M8 is on the new tyre model, so things are a little bit different than they were previously. Although, it's good fun. I do like it. It's a much better tyre model than the old one on this car, in my opinion. Anyway, enough waffling. Let's get out on track. Okay, here we are on pit road at Summit Point. There's not a lot to worry about here as far as pit exit goes. It's not too tricky. You just need to be mindful of people going too wide down the straight into turn 1, because obviously that's the biggest overtaking opportunity here at Summit Point. So just keep an eye on your relative. That's the box in the bottom right corner now. That's F3 by default on your keyboard. So as we exit, just keep an eye on your relative, as I mentioned, because as we enter the track here, there's potential for people to be going too wide. It's not the widest track here at Summit Point, so 3 wide is doable, but only just. So, going down to turn number 1, so we're going to be flat out down here. We're going to be in 5th gear, I think, 5th gear. We're going to be braking here, just round about the 4 cones. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to be braking at or just after the 4, depending on how good you are on the brakes. But if you brake at the 4, then you'll make this turn no problem. So we're going to be braking all the way down in a straight line, all the way down into 1st gear. And what you need to be mindful of here is this curb. It's ridiculous. It's really tall, so don't hit that curb. We'll go over that again next time round. And then we're going to be accelerating 2nd gear, 3rd gear, up into 4th gear. Keep the car over to the right hand side for this next left. Now, you can carry much more speed around here than you would think. My braking markers here, or the reference point that I use, you can see this access road to the right hand side. I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor on screen there. Yes, you can. Perfect. So, this is where I generally brake, just at the end of this access road there. So at this point we're going to be in 4th gear, we're going to be braking down into 3rd gear in a straight line, and then we're going to be turning in and clipping this apex. But just before you get to this apex, ideally you want to be on the gas. Really easy to get off track on exit, so you need to keep a bit of left turning input as you go around that turn. Don't let it drift out too wide, so you need to still be turning left as the track's going round to the right. Then flat out down here, we're going to be in 4th gear, leave it in 4th gear, hang it out to the left hand side. Then just as we turn here, we're going to be lifting off the throttle, and then as the car gets straight, that's going to be our braking marker here. As soon as we can get the car straight, get on the brakes and try and get the car over to the right hand side here at this point, down into 1st gear. And then nice late apex, nice and tight, and then accelerate up to this next right. Now it's dead easy to get greedy going into here. You've got to brake earlier than you would think. Now, turning point here is on the left hand side. I'll use the mouse again, hopefully you can see it. There's the tyres on the left, and there's the double section of tyres there. That's going to be our turning point there. Now it's up to you whether you leave it in first gear. What I like to do, I leave it in first gear. Just before I turn in, I click it into second. It just helps prevent a little bit of wheel spin as we go around this right hand turn. So then we're going to be taking this first part nice and tight, and then I'm in second gear. Then we'll let the car drift out wide towards this curb, and then we're going to be taking this second apex, just balancing the car on the throttle around here because it will be light, it will want to oversteer. So in second gear, then a little short shift up to third before this left turn, get the car over to the left hand side, and then turn in for the right. Again, we're just balancing the car on the throttle. You can get on the gas quite early here, you can use a bit of this curb. And then we're up into fourth gear, and then we're braking just before. I should have slowed down a bit earlier there. I'll show you that. We're braking. You can see on the left hand side of the circuit the grass is worn away there. That's what we're going to be using. So we're in fifth gear down here, then we're going to be braking down into third gear for this turn. So we're in fourth, then into third, and then turning. As soon as you turn, get on the gas. Before the apex, you're on the gas, and let the car run all the way out wide. You don't get a 1x. And then accelerating up the straight, we're going to be in fifth gear, possibly even just snicking into sixth gear probably. And we're going to be braking at the 4, so that's 5, that's 4. We're going to be braking all the way down into first gear, quite a late apex, don't touch that curb, and then you want to be on the gas there, short shift to second if you need to, just to prevent wheel spin. And we're in fourth gear, then we're braking just at the end of the access road on the right, so braking there down to third gear. Before the apex, get on the gas, but keep a bit of left input in there. So fourth gear, just before we go around this right, we're going to be lifting off the throttle, and then as soon as the car's straight, we're going to be hard on the brakes, down into first gear, late apex, because you want a good run out here. You want the car over to the left hand side. At those double tyres on the left there, I'll just show you those once more. The double tyres, that's our turning marker there. You can see these tyres just there. That's where we're going to be turning in. So you can keep it in first gear if you wish around here, but I just think wheel spin's a bit too much, so leave it in second. Now this turn here is really important. That last right-hander, you can get greedy there and push a bit wide, and the car will end up over here. You want to be nice and gentle around that right-hander, because you want to open up this left, because you need the car over to the left-hand side for a good run around this right-hand turn. So in third gear, just balancing the car on the gas. It will want to oversteer there. And then we're in fifth gear, so just at the worn part of grass there, down into third gear, before the apex, get on the gas. So we'll do that a little bit quicker, then we'll do a few laps, get some heat into the tyres, because as I mentioned, it is on the new tyre model. So we're going to be braking at the 4, so down, all the way down into first gear, late apex, and then on the gas, short shift to second, just to prevent wheel spin, but it's still wheel spinning. So at the end of this access road on the right hand side, we're going to be braking down into third gear. Before the apex, get on the gas, be careful not to get off track on exit there. So just before we go around this right, we're going to be easing off the gas. As soon as the car's straight, we're going to be hard on the brakes, down into first gear, nice and tight. Then look for those tyres on the left hand side, that's our turning point. Leave it first if you wish, or short shift to second. So just balance the car on the gas here. You want the car over to the right to open up this left, which in turn opens up the right, because you want a good run out of here, because this is another place where people will have a go into the final turn. So fifth gear, look at that worn part of grass there, down into third gear. Before the apex, we're going to be on the gas, using all of the track and more. There we go. So I'll do a few laps, get some heat in the tyres, then we'll come back and we'll do a couple of flying laps. Alright, here we are then, going on to lap number 6. Tyres should be suitably warm now. So I've just done a 107.699, should be able to beat that, no problem. So braking at the 4. Nice late apex there. Don't clip that curb, which I just did, but it wasn't too bad that time. Just clipped it a tiny bit. So braking just at the end of this access road on the right hand side. So down is the 3rd gear. Get on the gas before the apex. You can carry much more speed through there than you would think. So hold in 4th gear, a little lift, and then as soon as you get the car straight, down into 1st gear, nice and tight around this first part. We're going to be looking for those tyres, there they are. Short shift to 2nd there for me. So just balancing the car, get the car over to the right hand side after this right, up into 3rd gear, and then that opens up this right. So balancing the car, that's it, use all of the track. 4th gear, we're going to go up to 5th, looking for that worn surface there, that worn bit of grass before the apex on the gas. Use all the track. It was a little bit sloppy, that one, we'll try that again. That's a little bit quicker, so 107.14. So braking at the 4 or just after. Try not to clip that curb this time, that's better. A little bit quicker. So braking just at the end of that access road on the right. So down to 3rd gear. Before the apex, we're going to be accelerating. Dead easy to get off track there. If you're going to get one here at some point, that's where it's going to be. So a little lift, just get it around this turn. Brake in a straight line, really hard. Down into 1st gear, nice and tight. Maybe not that tight, but it's okay. Short shift to 2nd. Dead easy to get greedy around there as well. So nice and tight around this right hander. Get the car over to the right hand side because you want to open up this left, which then opens up this right, which is really important to get a run out of here, because you'll get stuffed into the last turn if you don't. So looking for that warm part of grass. So down 4th, down 3rd, before the apex on the gas. So a tiny bit quicker. So we're definitely getting to the 106s around here. So we'll go round again and we'll simulate a pit entry. So braking at the 4. So a short shift to 2nd definitely does help there, eliminate wheel spin. So braking just after the access road, 3rd gear, get on the gas before the apex. This next left's really tough to get it stopped here. You've got to brake a bit earlier than you would think for the right hand part there. A short shift to 3rd, open up this right. So we'll simulate pit entry now. So it's quite tricky here. So we'll go through it, then we'll go through the replay. So we're braking just at the end there. There we go. So you're braking all the way down pit road there. We'll come out of the car and we'll go to the replay and I'll show you exactly where I braked there. So here we are approaching pit road. You'll see I brake pretty much right at the end of pit road there, just before I enter. You can see I'm on the brakes there and I hold the brakes all the way around. There's not really a point where you can release the brakes, so you've just got to be nice and gentle. You can see the brake pressure in the bottom. I'm only using probably around 30-35% brakes. Pit limiter on, and then if you do that you'll just get it stopped. The pit speed is 72 kilometers an hour. So if you brake nice and gradually all the way around, you'll get it stopped. So there we go. That's week 1 done at Summit Point. Let me know in the comments if this helps, and if you've gained time, how much. That'd be appreciated. It would let me know if I'm doing something right or not. As I mentioned at the start, this series is sponsored by simrigs.com, Australia-based company that sell wheels, pedals, rigs, you name it, anything sim related. They sell it. Nice guys, so please have a look in the video description at their website. Have a good week, everybody. Good luck. And I'll see you in week 2. Cheers.